some reason, I think just the OBS decided since I haven't used it, for a couple days, it decided it didn't want to cooperate. Alright. Alright, that's good. We're working now. I can hear myself, so. Welcome everybody to my Friday chess stream here. It's 5+3 blitz. We're going to be taking all challengers. Thanks guys for hanging out with me. We're going to be just challenging everybody with 100 games or more. So make sure you have an established account on lichess. I'm not going to play like totally new accounts. I had 2 challenges, now we have just 1. I think Marwa is up first. International Master Will Paschall back from a very brief vacation. Juicebox Wizard, what's up? You're doing well, I hope. I noticed you were online earlier. Haven't seen you on here for quite a while. Alright, I'm gonna play D4. I played a couple warm-up games. I managed to lose some rating points because I drew some guy's annex 2 milligram. I managed to screw up a winning bishop endgame up a pawn. It wasn't easy to break through, and he gained like 10 or 15 rating points. So I'm having trouble with my blitz rating. I'm down to 2407. Pretty bad. Ginger64, thanks for hosting. Asterbait, what's up? Everybody, we're just taking all the challenges, so I'm not going to take subscribers first. Juicebox, thanks for resubscribing. Just subscribed. It's funny, it doesn't give a notification. It's weird. Juicebox just subscribed. It doesn't say anything to me like in the Twitch chat. I see that you suddenly have a subscriber thing. Or does it just like you turn it on and off? How does it work? I didn't see you subscribe. Alright, so C5. So you've been busy. I hope everything is well. Did you just subscribe or were you already? Oh, you just subbed now. It doesn't give a notification. That's weird. So, excuse me. Thanks everybody who does subscribe. Now, H6 for more. Wow, I think we've seen this before. We've seen this H6 Bishop E6. I had the weird feeling that Capablanca did this in a game. I know I'm not a like religious follower of Capablanca. I never really studied all of his games, just some. But I recall him doing something like this with the black pieces. It makes a lot of sense. Black's kind of waiting, not releasing the tension. But when you're black, it's a lot to ask for here. Even Queen A4 is kind of interesting. What should be the best move? Knight E5? Knight E5, it's not exactly developing well. I think I'm supposed to play Bishop E3 or something weird like that. Can I do Bishop E3? What happens on Knight G4? Anyway, I'm wasting too much time, guys. You had to change all your credit card info so that I lost my month 8 status. Ugh. So frustrating. Alright, let's just play a move. I don't know. I'm coming up with this. Coming up empty here against the system. I've got to look this up. It would be good to look this up. It's a very concrete position. If I look up some games, we can find how like typical grandmasters would treat this exact system with H6 and Bishop E6. According to classical theory, it's not a good variation of the Tarrasch. He's basically lost the tempo here. Too Shark, we can take your challenge in 20 minutes as requested, sir. But the challenges are open to everyone. Now I could try to hang on to this pawn with Bishop E3, Knight G4, Bishop D4. Or even Knight A4 is probably a reasonable move. Or we could just not hang on to the pawn. But Marwa is fast. Juicebox Wizard, thanks for using all the... He's using all the emotes there. What is up, guys? Can we play something other than Blitz? Nope. That's today's time control. I'm trying to play as many games as I can. Normally I do play longer. But today's purpose is to play kind of faster Blitz with 5+3. It's actually slow by today's standards. This time control quite slow. And Marwa is playing a bit weirdly here. He's like letting me just keep this pawn on C5. I don't think that can be right. Alright, so takes on D5 isn't that good. We want to play maybe rook c1. Make sure everything's protected. Marwa is playing quickly, but he's made some mistakes just letting me hang on to this pawn. Arsenal fan, what's up, guys? Okay, this is just a strange move. It doesn't look right. I don't see anything special I can do, but I don't know if he's threatening anything. What am I supposed to do here? Just take and establish a knight on a good square? I have no clue. Even h3 is probably a good move. But I have to move quicker. I played a couple games. Alright, now pawn takes or knight takes. Pawn takes will secure the pawn for good. The knight takes, even queen takes is actually possible. Actually, queen takes will allow knight c6, which could complicate matters pretty significantly. Alright. So he's just playing quickly. Don't like it though. This is why I encourage people not to play too much fast blitz. Now on the other hand, he may be able to swipe this pawn. No, I don't see. Yeah, he can try it actually. It's interesting. Yeah, he goes for it. Alright. I think I'm just better strategically here though. We don't have to do anything really fancy. Supporting this pawn, I don't know what to call it. It's not really a majority. Man, a5 is really psycho. Getting activity at all costs. That's a surprising move though. I mean, I can't believe he took with the queen. The rook takes was so much more aggressive. That allows me to tie him down to b7, and I think white is better again. I didn't play this very well. I had a pretty massive advantage at one point, and now it's like absolutely the bare minimum. Okay, he's just given me a pawn now. Alright. Seems to be playing extremely, I would characterize black's play as extremely reckless. Like disregard for material. Just putting time like as the main priority without really thinking about important factors in the position. So this is an active move though. I can kick him out this way. So queen d2, bishop takes e4. I'd love to trade queens if I could. Now he's like forced to retreat. I could even play bishop takes e4 in some positions. I mean, maybe that's like a simple path. Overprotecting h3. Come on, play rook b8. Okay, this is a tricky spot. I'm getting confused. It's a very fancy exchange now. I'm just dropping the exchange here, man. Alright. This is not the first time. Last time against Marwa I also messed up. But I have good compensation for the exchange. I'm probably still better a little bit, but I mean I've messed this up pretty seriously. I'm still better with this powerful outside pawn. But he's so fast, he's pressuring me. F5. Oh my goodness, that seems like a bad move. F5 is mental. Weakening his king side, just one-dimensional. Well, very aggressive here, but too aggressive. Knight takes c5 tactic where? I am not warmed up yet. Even after playing a couple blitz games, it was really humid. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I feel groggy. And it's 10 a.m. I never play well until I played like 3 or 4 games at least. I can get really good tactically, but I have to play a lot of warm-up games, maybe, for like half an hour, and I'll start to be pretty strong in the tactics, but I feel like I'm sleepwalking here. So he just gave the exchange back. So Fancy was saying he lost it. I have brutal stuff. I don't know if this is the best move, but it's sure fun. Marwas says, help me, Panda. Hey, what's up? Oh. Maybe H5? Sorry, man. So, the chess pawn is in the house. I always have the excuses, but it's true. I mean, somebody was saying this last stream, how different my play is from the first games to the later games. Everyone loves Mamedyarov, says Camel Clutcher. I couldn't... Something happened yesterday. I couldn't check the games. So, Marwa just collapsed tactically. Panda couldn't save him. Dude, what's up with that opening? Like, what am I supposed to play when you play H6 and... What's up with this? So let's say Knight C3 is a given, and then Black plays Bishop B6. So what's the deal with this? B3 is the main move. B3 is the main move. Bishop B3 was interesting, but I was wondering what happens if Black plays Knight G4. You know, it's obviously a question. I'm not that convinced, but you can move the... Yeah, I thought about this. This is an alternative variation. So, Erdna, what's up? You like Geary? I like Geary too. So, Beal. That's what my friend's wife used to call me. She's from, like, Serbia. And you can't lose the accent, and it's just like, Beal. Actually, her husband was named Beal too. So, Bealy. Knight C3, Bishop B4. I'm going to play come. I don't know if we played this line before. Your APR 8-7. Dude, what's with all the accounts? Why do you keep changing your accounts? I don't understand. Don't tell anyone. Alright, so that's a good solution. The A3 is very safe. He just forces a resolution to the situation. I think I can also play C5. This would be like a kind of C5 Nimzo. Classical Nimzo with C5. I think I had that position with Yopitian with white. Like D takes C, B takes C. Bishop G5 is like main line. I'm playing Bishop B7 instead. White could play maybe F3 and keep some edge. Feels like. I definitely played this with someone else. I don't know if it was come, but it was somebody else on the stream recently, and white kept an edge. So guys, I'm just going to take 5+3 challenges. No other time control. It's very simple that way. We don't have to haggle about it. Anyway, welcome to all the subscribers. Juicebox Wizard, Arsenal fan, 2Shark. He's not a subscriber anymore, but he's been really a good friend to the stream. Who else? Asterbait, who's awesome. Good to see all you guys, and some new people too. So E3, this is a very quiet move. I'm actually happy to see that, because it's just really not threatening. Non-threatening. We like to see non-threatening moves. Now Knight E2, kind of a subtle move though, heading for the C3 square. Wonder if I could just put white away here with Knight E4 and Queen H4. My gosh. Wait, does this just win? Well, no, he has Queen C2. Okay. The Knight E4, Queen C2, and then Queen H4 or something doesn't work. So I'm not sure. You know, Knight E4 is even good. It doesn't even do anything. Not really. Interesting position. So he's going to have to play... Why force him to play a move he's going to have to play anyway, basically? Why force him to play Queen C2 if he's going to have to do that? What do you think would be beneficial endgame type to study? King and pawn, rook and pawn, queen and pawn? Well, I think you should start with king and pawn. G6 now for the hippo. There's no bishop. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, probably king and pawn, rook and pawn. Knight, bishop, and pawn. And then, like, queen and pawn is probably the rarest. So you're not going to get that many queen endings at this point in your chess career early on. White's kind of spending a lot of time without developing. So it's one of those tricky situations where white has the bishop pair. They say, okay, the bishops want to open the position. But on the other hand, he's undeveloped. That's why the classical Nimzo is kind of paradoxical. This type of position, anyways, highly paradoxical. He doesn't have d5 or any tricks like that. He could take on c5. See, that's generally like the kind of recommended approach white often takes. Just resolving the tension by capturing on c5. Master B, what did you say? Got's pushed down and kicked? What is that? I'm a little out of it. Alright, so d5 maybe. We just try to open it up. Man, this move is like Telegraph City. He's just telling me what he's going to do. He's like, I'm going to do g4. I don't care if you know about it. So, what would Andras Adorian say? Try to blast it open with CD. Double edge, because I open up his dark square bishop too. d5 feels logical to me. I'm opening the position, and I'm ahead of development. His king is still in the center, but it's hard to get there. I guess I could play even e5. He's getting aggro with the g4. We knew that was coming. Knight e4, maybe e5, maybe? Nah. No. So I just take stuff and ask questions later. I mean, I realize this is sort of double-edged. Rook c8. I like that. Rather than taking on c4, helping him develop. Wow, Rufus and Doofus with the massive emotes there. 11. Thank you for the donation. Thanks for supporting the stream, guys. If you can, you know, we have subscriptions. Also, you can donate via bits or even make a PayPal donation, which I appreciate. Some people have done that. Did you used to play League chess as a developing player? Well, to tell you the truth, Arsenal, you know, growing up in the United States, we didn't really have any League chess. You know, like in Europe, teams just don't really exist in the U.S. chess scene. So the answer to that question is no. Very rare to have like a team competition here. There are just a handful, and they're generally like individually organized kind of events, not like a league, as you would call it. Because, you know, it's weird. I mean, if you think about other sports, just take a random thing, for example. When I think of leagues, I think of like bowling. I mean, it's funny because like in bowling, that's an individual sport, but it's like organized by leagues. You'd think chess would have been from the get-go something that could be done the same way. Okay, I really, really like the way this guy's playing this. I mean, he's super aggressive. He's got some stuff going on. Despite his king in the center, he still seems to be pretty lively. Maybe, I mean, I hate to say he's better, but there's something to be said for white's position. He's just going to castle queenside here, and I don't know what I'm doing exactly. I'm going to make a crazy move. I'm going to go here. You going to castle queenside? We're sort of talking him out of castling queenside. Bowling an uncoordinated man's nightmare. I loved bowling when I was a kid. Definitely did more bowling than chess in the early days. Alright, never that serious about it. Just a fun thing to do. Alright, let's get out of here. So he's actually played this brilliantly, by the way. Positionally speaking. Now he actually has bishop g2, likely like winning a pawn. But I can play an interesting move, e5 now. I blockaded the d5. Actually, I didn't need to do that. Maybe I missed that earlier. This is weird. Very double-edged. I think I missed the e5 a move or two earlier, maybe. I could have played it like here instead of queen e7. But it didn't have much effect, though. He's a psychopath. Everybody's aggressive. Okay, bishop takes e4, pawn takes d4, bishop takes h7 check actually scares me the most. Then king h8. He needs a way to get at my king quickly, which is kind of hard to do. Rook g3. Ponda loves it. Have you ever played GMs? Are you kidding? Dude, I have like 40 wins against grandmasters in tournaments. I probably like might have more. I have a long chess career, and I've beaten at least 40 international grandmasters, and I'm not talking about blitz. That's like, no, I have so many wins. Not recently, not in the last year or two. I won any. Actually, I kind of retired for a period of time, so we started lagging in terms of grandmaster victories, but. Maybe this move he could have played queen b2 there. I think he hesitated. He who hesitates is lost. So, trading queens may not be that bad for white there. I don't have any grandmaster norms. Never got a performance rating over like 2550. You need to hit like 2600 basically in a tournament, 9 rounds. Never did that. I came really close, but lost the key game I needed to win. It's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps coming and coming and coming, and he doesn't care about material. Man, this guy is strong. All right. He resigned here? Why resign here? It's not even that bad for white, probably. Dude, you can't resign here. I mean, you're only down a pawn. Wow. Okay, he's technically down 2 pawns, but there's just too much counterplay for white. I would never consider resigning here with white. No way. Especially not against me. 2Shark, it's not that simple. You can sit there and look at the computer, say 1.5, but for humans, there are grandmasters that mess up like +5 positions. I mean, this is... You should never have resigned here. Alright guys, let's get some more games. I probably haven't beaten a GM in like 3 years. The last time, yeah, was at least like 3 years ago. But I haven't played that many games against GMs. Some draws, some losses over the last couple of years. But in my heyday, I had lots of good games. Alright. Let's go. AP87. So this is this player. He made a new account. I'm not accepting challenges from anybody unless they have 100 games for the most part. I'm making an exception because he told me who he was on a Twitch stream. But for the most part, you gotta have 100 games. I mean, I have a very extensive chess career, Ray. I played a lot, man. Alright, knight c3, bishop g5, and this is a weird version of the queen's gambit, like with the knight on c6 and knight on f6 and the pawn on e6. So it's like a cross between the queen's gambit declined and the Chigurin. But you could call it a bad Chigurin or a bad queen's gambit decline. It's up to you. It's a cross. It's a hybrid that's not good. On the bright side, it's not that easy to crack for white. He's just suffering with the kind of bad bishop on c8 and the knight somewhat misplaced on c6. Remember the old Chess FM videos? Thanks, Count Chocula. Yeah, so I worked for this chess show on what is, now Internet Chess Club for a long time, but that was a long time ago. That was like 15, man, that was almost 15 years ago. I did a lot of live commentary of like Grandmaster tournaments and such. Yeah, good practice for becoming a chess streamer later on. Can you play next? Yeah, we'll take your challenge next, Tushar. This is crazy what Black's doing here. Okay, knight b5, bishop b4 check's kind of inconvenient, so I can't really punish him right away. I mean, you could try to play something psycho, like knight b5, bishop b4 check, king e2. It might even be justified, but nah. I think I'll pass. a3 is kind of slow too. Let's just make a developing move. An efficient developing move. I could have given him knight h5 now. But I don't know how much time does he have here to be playing moves like this. I agree. It does seem natural, Arsenal. And it's been a while since I played any kind of bad Chigorins like this. I remember years ago. There was a dude who used to play me in Blitz, and he would do this kind of setup with Black. You remember the World Chess Network, Chicharina? Wow, that's insane. Yeah, it's really a pity about the World Chess Network. It was a site organized by some Canadians and sponsored by Dado Tan, but it ended up going under. Yeah, they invested a lot into it, but I'm not sure it was that well managed. I really enjoyed it though, and I played a lot of great games against grandmasters and titled players. The sad part is, like, I think a lot of those games are like lost. I mean, I had multiple games with Tony Miles that I have no idea where they went. Not sure if I could even find those games if I want to. Now, you know, at this stage, it was around for a couple of years. There was a number, you know, it was probably around for 3 or 4 years, the World Chess Network. They had good sponsorship, but something wasn't right there. I eventually don't know what happened. Eventually they started cutting back my, I don't know, they didn't like me or something. One of the administrators just started cutting back like how many events I did, and I was kind of sick of it, so I bailed. But it was a good idea. They could have continued it. It would have been cool. How long did it take me to become an IM? Well, I became an IM in 1999, and I started playing in tournaments in 1986. So it took me about 13 years from beginner to IM. Well, we could play A3 ourselves here. Chishrinov. World Chess Network. Yeah, I missed that. That was fun. I mean, that's kind of like how I basically kind of got my start as a chess streamer in a way, because we think about, like, you know, typing, and we used to type into the chat. There was no audio. We would just type in our thoughts into the chat. That was really distracting. Imagine the difference, man, you know, nowadays. I mean, AP87, this guy, how many accounts does he have now? Alright. So why the new accounts all the time? Alright, Chicharina, thanks for supporting the stream with a donation there. 200 bits. We're going to take more challengers. I'm supposed to play Tushar next, but he's not on the list. It's going to be hard to accept his challenge if he doesn't get back in the list there. Threatening the d5 pawn. a3 came in handy. There's no queen checks. Sneaky double attack, basically. He guarded against threat A, but he loses on point B. The Mass State Championship. Well, I mean, you know, I became a Massachusetts resident in like 1990. So, yeah, I played many times in the state championship here, and I won it twice, I think. 1994 and again in like 2003, I think. This is the second time. This is the second time for everything. Friday morning stream. Yeah, no, I mean, I was one of the stronger players in Massachusetts, but actually I'm there now. I also lived most of the year in Hungary, but right now for the summertime I'm here in Mass. The wonderful USA. Very humid here. If you guys catch my stream during the fall or spring or winter, I'm usually in Budapest, Hungary. So bishop c4. I think we're just gonna keep bothering him till he eventually drops something, but he's been strangely stubborn, like Very, very fast, too. Keeps moving. I see that a lot with players, though. They don't seem to care that much about their position. They're just more interested in moving fast. Which is good not to get in time pressure, but I'd rather have like no time and a good position than lots of time and a bad position. Yeah, no way to break him down, really. Alright, let's just try to build. I mean, make constructive moves. Develop a new piece. Refusal to trade your c-pawn for the d-pawn there was very instructive. Yeah, man, I mean, that's what I try to promote in the stream all the time, is just generally being patient, building this kind of tension and not releasing it. I mean, sometimes you can make a mistake being, you know, too stubborn and not, you know, not just committing at some point, you know. 1563. We have no way to break him down. I guess I could have played d5. I guess I'm getting a little too fancy. Again, it's like keeping the tension, but this breakthrough on c7 is probably crushing. So I could have played d5 and like bishop takes a6 and at least one pawn there. Now he just went berserk. I mean, this is just insane. Black just lost a piece for nothing. So I try to teach people to be principled. But obviously you can go too far with that, you know, and then you can be like too anal retentive, and sometimes I find myself missing obvious things because I'm like, okay, keep the tension, keep the tension, keep the tension, and then I missed like a two-move tactic that like wins the game or something. So it's hard. I mean, you have to calculate constantly. With knight d5 and knight c7, it was an option. Yeah, I was looking for stuff like that, like a temporary sacrifice to break down his king, but Black's position is really bad all the time since the opening. He was kind of stubborn there for a while. As I said, I was having trouble figuring out, you know, how to do it. But it just gave me a piece, so this is over. My king is super safe, actually. I'm just castling kingside. That's the cool thing about the Queen's Gambit, though. I mean, you have so much shelter for your king. So Tushark came back. He challenged, disappeared, came back. We'll take his challenge next. He's actually first in line anyway, so it works out. Guys, I'm just playing one time control to kind of simplify things. 5+3, casual. Thanks, Chicharina, for the support. Guys, I'm going to be back to streaming. I had 3 days off this week. I was on vacation. It was great. It was really, really nice. So I was excited for that. That was fun. Yeah. Really nice time. This was a great 3 days off. Back to work here. This feels very materialistic, what I just did. It's almost certainly the wrong move. I mean, I'm just winning a pawn. Of course, his answer is bad. I'm basically up lots of stuff here. Trading queens just makes my life much, much easier. I'm just up a piece in an endgame, which is always good. No need for a good king when you're up a knight, right? We don't have to worry about it like, oh, our king position is so important. When you're up a whole knight, you have lots of like kind of room to work with. Pass pawn 99. You just challenged me. I mean, if you use the lichess site, you just click on my name, and then you like, if I want to play this guy, I would click here on the challenge to a game icon. Black's just not giving up. Right. Alright, we've got 2.5 hour streams typically, guys, so when did I start? At 10 o'clock. Feels like I've been streaming for a while. Just 39 minutes. Uptime. Alright. Yeah, he's done here. Lots of free pawns. I'm still not really there tactically. I get really to the point where I'm slow to wake up in the morning. This is my only morning stream. In Hungary, I'm doing like 2 of these, or what? No. I'm doing a lot of, I forget now. I'm doing a lot of morning streams. Okay, Tushar. See, Tushar, I feel like his strength is tactics, and right now I'm a little bit sleepy, so If I want to beat him, I want to play, and I don't know if I want an open game. I mean, like, try to play to his weaknesses. This is actually a good move against knight f3. I prefer b5, but whereas e4 I think against b6 against e4 isn't so good. It's better against knight f3. All right, let's try something interesting here. PassPawn99, thanks for subscribing to the stream. I'm basically kind of playing how I would play if I were black against like 1b3. I'd try to do d5, bishop g4. Now h6. That's a good question. Do I go and let you do a kind of grob thing here? It's extremely weakening of the black king side to play g5. So I think it's not exactly like a no-brainer here. I mean, black reminds us of the English player Michael Bassman. Okay, knight e2, knight d e2. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. But knight d2, if I can just speak properly. Trying for e4. Does he want to play knight h5 now? Losing my voice. I'm a horse. Alright. So he's stopping e4. Whatever. You can have my bishop if you want to. Tushar, he's talked about the hippopotamus a lot lately. He's trying to do that. And h4 at some point is going to start to turn into a good move. Speaking of sketchy, I don't know. Maybe I'm being sketchy now. Maybe this was a mistake by me. I need to go back here. But I've got time to play like knight e2 and rejoin the game. Kind of questionable, really, if this was right or not. It's very awkward to have to play rook h2, but it's awkward for him too. Like, what the heck is going on with his king side? Is he going to castle king side here? What's he planning? To be honest, you know? Where are our kings going? Well, I mean, h5 is a normal move. It may be bad too, but it was kind of my first candidate move. Could be both, normal and bad. So he's playing so fast again. Very naturally too. Where am I putting my knight and my queen? I'm having trouble coordinating. Doesn't care that his king is in the center of the board. I don't care that my king is in the center of the board. I care. We're shellac. We count. Knight d5, e3. Weird music reference there. I just don't know. I said something that reminded me of something else. Alright, queen b3. He's just like machine-like speed. The knight is strong. If I play e4, then it totally opens him up for stuff too. Could play e4, d5 though. That actually looks pretty good. If I go e4, d5 and lock the position like a Benoni, it feels like that favors me. I mean, he doesn't have c4. I guess he could. He's playing ridiculously fast. Shut his bishop down. It will have life yet. I don't even know if this is that good for me because he wants to go to f8 anyway. I just can't, you know, I can't keep up with his pace of play. He just keeps moving and moving and moving and moving like a machine gun. And you never have time to think. It's just like total intuition without calculation for black. He must be calculating too, but it seems like he's playing too fast to calculate properly. That's what I would say. Very strong, actually very strong strategically here. My play is dubious, dude. Of course the rook on h2 is out of play. We're hoping that it's just temporary, but it seems much worse than that. He's just dismantling my entire position. Almost instantaneous moves. I'm just clearly worse now. Extremely strong play by black. Not really typical of Tushar. He's more tactical, but he's playing very positionally in this game. I would say not very tactically at all. More absolute strategy. Just kind of a positional feel for black. This move was, I'd say, a mistake. Like, he missed his chance to kind of break the whole position up in the center. Now I can keep this pawn on d5. I think that's questionable. You know, why did he do that when he could have, like, taken on c4, maybe blown everything up altogether? Doesn't he just win a pawn here, like on b takes c? Am I just losing a pawn? The d file looks strong. Well, now he's got a queenside majority, but on the other hand, his bishop is dead. That's the first move I've been at all questionable on, is his decision to trade on d5. Everything else was really good. How flexible is my... Yeah. Alright. Man, dude, you gotta get a life. Man, that is sick. Okay, bishop c2. So my pawn restrains him quite a bit. He still has a lot of play. So he gets his bad bishop out, but at the end of the day, the best he has is like trading it, probably. I think at the end of the day, his king is going to be maybe more sketchy than mine. I've actually caught up on time. The biggest problem for him is not only his king, but his rook. We both have messed up rooks. But his exchange on d5, now this is an absolutely unexpected move. That's more characteristic of Tushar, though, you know, to play this kind of tactical solution. Now I have time. I can't castle, but I need to get organized. King f1. Or a3, perhaps. I don't know which is better. Getting out of here. He's gonna have trouble coordinating with that messed up king. Wow, very quickly played. This is perfect timing for black. He's 22-20 in rapid now? What? Wow. It's like his record high. So I have this. Well calculated. Sees all this quickly. Man, dude. Just, he's like a calculation machine. What? That's like a crushing blow. Just wins. Just instantly wins. Damn, dude. I'm just down a piece here. Just resign. Dude. He's up to 2200 now in rapid. Check this game out by black. Played h6 and g5 against me. There's an actual game where Matthew Cornett did this. This was an amazing game by black. c2 was like instantly. Queen d2 is not a refutation. It doesn't even work. Paschall is like now master strength, it appears. This bishop b5 check was bad. I thought this was bad. a6 is good. This is good. This is good. But then you blundered here with like e takes d. This was the only bad move you made. Computer doesn't think so. It thinks you're still always good here. So the engine just thought you were always crushing me, like the whole game. But watch this. Bang. And now queen b4, a3, queen c4, here, and c2. Someone said queen e2, but I mean, okay, this is my only move. But he just takes on b3. I forgot that this is, yeah, I forgot this was check. But the computer says he's still winning. Wow. I guess he calculated all this. I mean, that's crazy, dude. I don't even know what's going on here. I'm up the exchange, and the computer says it's like -3. I would guess queen takes b2. Right? Damn, dude. 7 accuracies, 1 mistake for black. 7 accuracies, 4 mistakes for white. That's an insane game. That's the worst he ever crushed me. Alright, dude. That was... Phew, man. You didn't even see queen d2? I guess it's just lucky, huh? Alright, I got some lag or something, it looks like. I just accepted this challenge, but I don't know if he even has 100 games. Alright. I want to make sure everybody has like 100 games. Paschall in blitz crushed me. It's not even rapid, it was just blitz. That was the worst beating I've had in a long time, man. Alright. But not only in position, on time too, he was better. Yeah, I didn't see queen h6 with check either. It was really bad. I mean, I saw it was hanging and I was just, okay, he'll get 2 pieces for the rook. Okay, it's not worth it. But I didn't see it was with check. Obviously, I would have played it if I had realized the capture was with check. So here, I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to play bishop d3 and lose the tempo. Black has played h6. I think that technically I'm supposed to play like bishop d3 right away instead of rook c1. Now it's done, so you can play different stuff. I guess even a3 is a move here. You can transpose to an exchange variation, but I'm not much better than this now. Okay, guys, we're streaming till 12:30. Got crushed there. That hurts. But like strategically crushed, and tactically and everything. It was a bad game by me. Yeah, we see this all the time. Black trying to play like it's semi-Slav, but my bishop is outside the pawn chain on g5. This is a variation. I never thought it was really right for black. Thinking of creating a new account. Yeah, it seems to be very popular to have multiple accounts on lichess, but it's up to you. Got just the one. Yeah, it's nice to have a new name. I can understand that. So knight takes d5 looks lifeless, but actually I could win a pawn or not. Yeah, I win a pawn here. Wait, knight takes d5. Yeah, if I do that, but he just takes on h4. It's actually not that bad for black. Knight takes d5, bishop takes h4. Then you could have some strange move like knight to b4 or something. Doesn't seem right. I'm just going to flag against the 1600. Yeah, he instantly took this way, but this leaves black with a kind of easy to play bad position. White's perspective, I mean, it just seems like it's bad for black. This. Then again, I need a concrete plan. This bishop f5 is even lame. I'm kind of helping him with that move. I was thinking maybe a5. This is kind of questionable too. He's fast, dude. Everybody's fast. You can't be losing to 1600s. c5 is a permanent weakness until he plays c6, you know? c5, excuse me. c6 is a permanent weakness until he plays c5. I said I'm dyslexic and I meant it. Yeah, so f5. Okay. I don't think that f5 is a good move for black. You know, we had that earlier against somebody else, and it was weakening the king side. Same thing here. But he's definitely playing better than your average 1600. This is in reality kind of difficult for me to make progress right now. And my last move may have actually hurt me pretty bad. Esperante Maestro. I don't think the white's even that much better here. And he's got counterplay. Yeah, I would never play f5, but then again, his position is sort of dubious, and he doesn't have that many things he can do, you know, so it's blitz. I don't like my game today. I'm not playing well. Can't think clearly. I thought I would get more warmed up, but I don't seem to be playing better than I was in the beginning. Too Sharp was the worst game yet. Not just because I lost, like my overall like clarity of thought wasn't very good. Okay, this is a weird move, but patient move. Don't really have a plan except for sacking the exchange, which doesn't look really correct. So it's kind of an awkward situation here. He's like grabbed a space and I don't have anything to do. The chess pawn, I mean, what am I doing here? I have no plan at all. Black has counterplay, like f4. That's double-edged, but, you know, we got to do something. Weaken my king side, wonderful. He's fast and strong. I mean, 1629, wow, dude. Where's he from? From Italy? Is the other guy's from Italy too, right? My other opponent. This is like his other account. No. Svidler. Svidler gets invited to so many tournaments. This is like, okay. Now it's just a kind of torture. I don't think it's good for him to trade queens. He had some counterplay on the king side, probably. Now I have knight b4 and bishop g2. It's going to be hard for black to hold this together. Like, this may just lose directly. He's still holding on. That move doesn't work, but you did have knight b8. What a tough game, man. For his rating, I mean, he's hung really tough. Yeah, Svidler, he's the master of consistency, right? He's like always around the same rating. I mean, I never saw anyone who fluctuated less than Peter Svidler. Has he been the same rating for like 15 years without change or something like that? It's like 15 years his rating has fluctuated like 30 points probably at the most. I mean, seriously, the guy like never goes over 2740, and he never goes. He probably does actually. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's probably higher than that. But it seems like it's a very, very small range. It's kind of amazing, you know, to be that consistent. But it's related to his style, you know. He plays correctly, so he's never gonna like just. I should have played d5 there. He's never gonna just lose crazy games because he gets out of hand. d5 just wins. Missed it. You like how he talks. Yeah, this was a blunder. He's still playing king d7, huh? No, I don't think that's gonna work. Even the king and pawn endgame is winning for me. Correct? How fast did my pawns go? You know, it makes you wonder. He can take my b pawn pretty fast here. So if I trade down to the king and pawn game, it's not actually that simple. Goodness. I can play like g4, but I can't really do that. He's got to go to a5 to take the first pawn, though. This really should be winning. I trade everything, go in the king and pawn endgame, play like f3. He's apparently like a king and pawn expert. Not so easy to make progress here. So I presume either a g4 or e4. But if I run out of tempi, it's going to be like a draw or something. That's just a mistake. Dude, this guy played well for 1600. I mean, this is like the 2000. 1900 at least. It's amazing how hard that king and pawn game is, really. He could have played it better. So the current rating is 2753 on Swidler. Anyway, he has a 50-point range. He never changes. This is a bad move. b4, now I have a protected pass pawn. It's over. Of course, he was lost anyway, but it's like making it a little easier than some other move. Very tough game. h5, no. That wouldn't win. Yeah. So now it's just locked down. That's it. That's easy to play. Protected pass pawn. We just can resign with black now. He doesn't give up. He's going to make me play this out. I've got to play like g6 and give the protected passer a way to break through. It's pretty irritating. Alright. So really tough game. Let's see. Rated. That's gone. I'm not in the mood for rated today. I'm playing badly. I drew a guy who was like 2100. Okay, I didn't play chess for 3 days. That's my next excuse. So c5, Arsenal fan. Arsenal is like obscenely underrated. Also 1600, not 1600. He's much better than that. He's self-deprecating, and he won't agree if I say it, but all right. He likes to put himself down, but he's a good player. Queen takes d5. Right, so Pichu's correcting me. But Swidler's 2760 now, but yeah, always above 2730, and he never reached 2800. No, he definitely did not reach 2800, as far as I don't think so, dude. He's probably never been over 2780. So a 70-point range. I was exaggerating slightly. Alright, I'm going to play this. This is a line I haven't played in years, but I used to know pretty well. Wow, Asterbait, you got up to 1654. Well, you can see that that's quite capable, man. My last opponent, an Arsenal fan, both obviously quite competent players in the high 1600s. So Astrobate, well done, man. The moment of truth. See, I had this position against like Sergei Smagin, and I think he played CD. But the move that's annoying is like knight takes d4. White is playing for a draw, basically. I haven't seen any Vedit games. Don't really know him that well. I mean, he's a name now, but it's hard to keep up with every chess player. There's so many strong players. You can't keep up with modern chess, really. There are just too many people to follow. So Arsenal playing the solid route, and it's very frustrating to face this knight takes d4. Black equalizes, but playing for a win is like really hard here. I mean, how can I play for a win in this position with such a simplified situation at hand? I'm a little worried about the queen being awkward. Like on knight b5, trading is obviously possible, but further simplifies the game. Okay, man, I mean, you may not be dynamic, but it's correct, you know. No, I think it's fine. You're playing a higher rated player. To play a solid line like knight takes d4, it's pretty standard. Knight b5 feels like he's going to get the better of me. So I just trade. It's an equal position. Can I outplay him in the endgame? If you want to call this an endgame, you can do so. Bishop c5 actually makes sense, except for the fact that it's probably losing to queen b5 check. That's not good. Alright, so we're just maintaining equality. a6 is okay. It's a little weakening. All pawn moves are weakening, right? But at least we're putting it on the right color opposite our bishop. Yeah, making me think about a6. It's a slow move, man. But I have to think about the pawn if I ever want to move my rook. Yeah. Once people see team sponsored events. What's that, Astrobate? Back to 90p. What is that? 90 pence? 90p. So a4, good move. Restricting my queenside play with b5. Obviously I can play b5. It's minority attack. This is just such a dry position. There's really not a lot to do. It feels like I almost need to play b5. It's standard counterplay. I would equate this to basically complete equality. Threatening stuff, clearly. Give myself a queen retreat square with b5 as well. Okay, not a sexy position for either side. Kind of technical. He's barely waking up. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I wish I could be like that at 7 a.m. Whenever it is in Las Vegas. Guys, I'm International Master William Paschall. We are playing Blitz 5+3 against everybody here. We lost one game to 2 Shark at 2 Shark. Can you tell about minority attack? Well, I mean, it's a simple thing. I mean, we're talking about breaking the 3 pawns with the 2 pawns on the queen side. We're basically trying to create a target, create an isolated pawn in this case. You know, if I play b4, if he takes or if I take on c3, well, it's going to end up with a worse structure and more pawn islands than me. I'll trade off this weak pawn, this isolated pawn, and leave him with an isolated pawn on the queen side, which will become a liability, hopefully, in the endgame. That's a quick explanation of the minority attack. Minority of pawns in this side of the board. So Arsenal fan played b4, which is a very committal move. I'm not going to say a bad move, because I understand his his point here. You know, it makes some sense. He's keeping a very strong bishop on d4. This was worthy of consideration. Maybe I can beat him on time, but I don't think I beat him on position. So knight e5, he's getting really aggressive now. Trying to create threats on the king side. He's created threats on the king side already, actually. So I have to be pretty careful here. I don't like the direction this is taking. Rook takes rook, rook takes rook. Drop a pawn. Good job, me. Okay, like, I might have to, like, make a very strange move. Okay, bishop d6 is possible. This guy's 1600. Come on now. 1600 lichess. I don't know, Arsenal fan. What did you do? Like, lose 300 points or something? Alright, let's play bishop f8. That protects the f7. I'm concerned about that square. Now we see him moving quickly there. This move, interesting. Knight d3 was played very fast, though. I mean, I don't know. Yes, you got c5, but at the same time, your knight was strong on e5, so I think it's kind of a quick decision there. Impulsive. We talked about Bob's not. Yeah, it's a nice. We have a little break from Bob. Bob kind of dominates the chat sometimes, so it's good to have a break. He's on vacation for a day. We love Bob, but we have our day off. Yeah, so typically chess amateurs, which we all are, right, tend to make impulsive moves. Asterbait has a problem with this at times. Don't we all? So this position, I don't know. Arsenal's playing this so tight to the vest, and it's working, because it frustrates the stronger player when you don't take any risks, you don't blink. I felt he blinked a little bit with knight d3, but now he's still not blinking enough, significantly, and then he's pinning me tactically here. I thought this was surprising. I thought rook a5 was really interesting, trying to get an outside pass pawn, but maybe I just didn't calculate enough. Like, I could just take it and play queen a6, and I'd probably be winning. So never mind. That was not true. Arsenal couldn't play rook a5 there. So at the end of the day, I mean, he fixed my b-pawn, but he also has a weakness here on c3. So his solution is a typical one in the minority attack situations. Now, I can win a pawn, but at what price? You know, pinning myself fatally with like queen a1 check, knight takes c3, self-immolation. No, that's not gonna work. Queen c6, queen c8. Queen c6 is stupid because of knight e5. Queen check, and then just trying to get in on the white squares. I don't have enough going on really here. His bishop is just too solid on d4. Not sure what I'm supposed to do really. Queen c6 loses to queen takes f7 check too. He's got a really, really nice tactic there. So let's not do that. Man, what an impressive game from the 1600 rated guy. He's so 1600 too. I mean, I don't mean to be dissing 1600s, but you guys are some strong 1600s. Bishop takes c5. Kind of impulsive again with the knight c5. I don't know that I like that move. Could also take with the pawn, which might be more cagey there. But I don't really want to draw now. I mean, I feel like I'm better. So all your pawns are on dark squares and your bishop's on the dark square. Then again, you could be better if you get in c4 and trade that pawn off. You could have dropped something here. Let's make sure this works tactically. Yeah. I have this move. If he trades queens, the ending is hard. I mean, it still might be drawable for white, but a lot of his pawns are on the wrong square. I'm not sure if he's right to trade queens or not, to be perfectly honest. It's a good move. Man, this is tough. Another good move. I could even lose now. To be careful. Mr. Coffee, what's up? Damn, dude. Another pawn on the wrong color. Let's hope my knight's not trapped. Alright. Look, I should have played e5 there. Could have played e5 like sack the pawn. That doesn't seem right. I'm getting outplayed. I don't know about that move. But I don't know about most things, right? He's gonna have a very torturous ending here if he chooses to go with that. If c4, b4, I probably would trade. He should have done it. Damn, dude. His defense in this endgame is excellent. Oh my god. Here we go again. Wow. Trapped as king. Damn, he found a saving move to that? Gotta be kidding me. Love the rating. That was tough. Alright, Chicharine is up next. He donated 200 bits to the stream today. Thank you for that, Chicharine. Alright, man, tough game. You might have even been better there at one point with the king so active. But I gotta play for a win there. Alright, e4. I probably took too many risks. I was probably worse in some moment. I know. So Chicharine plays bishop f5. Okay, yeah. I get bored of playing those main lines, so I play this gambit sometimes. This Bondarevsky. I'm not winning a piece, despite popular assumptions. So, knight f6. That's pretty heads up to know to play that. If I take, he takes with the pawn. I take, he checks, and then takes the bishop on f5. I mean, maybe the endgame's slightly better for white, but not very convincing. This is actually a good move. Nobody ever played that against me. In a real game, anyway. It's funny. I guess I have to do this and just play this ending. It's like a GF Caro. I'm not sure even taking even benefits me in any way. So knight e2 maybe. And then trying to put the knight on g3, but black can play h5. Where's the chess Ponda? Actually. Hey, what's up, guys? I like h5 here. Black gets counterplay on the king side. There's the g file. Chess Ponda, our unofficial and official mascot. No, Asterbait played really tough. Asterbait, Arsenal fan. So h5, I love that move in this GF Caro spot. getting off the G file. Okay, we were tying him down to H7, so it's kind of hard to play Rook G8 without just losing a pawn for nothing. But white doesn't have too much yet. I like F4, F5 maybe. This is a good move. Typically in the GF Caro, although here C4 starts to look interesting because yes, I'm pinned, Pin City, but I can support my queen very easily. I keep his knight off of D5, and any kind of move like C5 or E5 is going to open up his position a little early. Now he's trying to castle queenside, so we're going with A4, A5 quick. Except there's queen B4. Ouch. Dude, that's an insane move. Queen E7, like typically you never put that queen on that square in the Caro-Kann, so he's obviously aiming specifically for that. That is such a good move. Wow. Alright. And he's only used 23 seconds for the whole game. What the heck is that move, man? That is awesome. Queen B4. So I'll just play B3 at some point. Maybe now is better than later. I'm going to have to play it anyway. And my queen is in an awkward spot. So get off the bad square, I guess. Queen H3, Queen F3. Queen F3 is a little closer to the center. It also pressures F6 for what that's worth. He'll play F5. I have A4, A5, A6, and this also pressurizes C6. So maybe that's good. Getting hungry here. Yeah, no, the A4 is setting up nicely. So guys, we're streaming for about another hour. It's 5 in Europe, so it's 11 o'clock. I'm still groggy, still not awake. Welcome to my chess stream, guys. We're playing 5+3 Blitz against all challengers here on lichess.org. Lost one against... In our stream, we lost one against Atu Shark. Crushed me. We've had a lot of sketchy games now. This is... Well, it's a bad square for the knight, so what can you say? Study Botvinnik games. It's a good defensive move. Knight C7 is on the way. And it's a preemptive defense. I don't know what to do. I mean, obviously opening it up with D5 is massive for two reasons. Just his king in general opening the position. But obviously the tactic on F6 is huge. I've got knight F4 now, and knight H5 followed by D5 and stuff of that ilk. And D5, that's the idea. But he has just in time to play knight C7 now. Is he holding it together with that move? He doesn't do that. So I'm breaking through. That looks crushing. I mean, unless he could just take it and like close the position with ED, CD, C5, but it looks like black is toast. This looks too much. Check, knight H5. Okay. Trying to keep it closed makes sense. He's still hanging on. Annoyingly. I'm threatening to pseudo win a piece. So like, no, it doesn't work. Pseudo winning a piece. His king is opened up. Because queen G4 check, queen D7, you know, and I'm not winning a piece. Now the king is really sketchy. That king is so dead here. Come on. I mean, I can't believe this is even possible. There has to be something for white. A4 now? Is this too slow? He brought the knight back to b6 after going to a8. This is not the most natural move for me. But I can play bishop a3 and d6 maybe. Panda approves of this a4. Yeah. I like rook pawns, but I like king rook pawns better. The Panda. The knight is in the way of the h4, h5 advance here, obviously. e4. That's probably like the straw that broke the camel's back, you know, because it looks really bad, actually. Rook check. Man, there's all sorts of stuff here. Let's do the rook check. Let's do the f rook check. Then another check like wins a pseudo piece right on g7. The self pin. It's a selfie. Pin selfie. Check and take on g7. Well, like what? There's got to be a better way to do this. Just check on f4. Then he has knight takes d5 in a lot of lines. Okay, this is getting too weird now. I'm taking this piece, but it's awkward. This is my original plan. I hesitated because it's kind of weird, but at the same time, maybe enough. I'm probably missing obvious moves and stuff, as always. Black just a little too slow on the defense, huh? Well, what was it? e5. He resigned here. Another premature resignation. A little premature for a human against human game. We're computers. I mean, all right. That was interesting, dude. Knight, you know, knight f6 is probably a really good move. Like, look at this. I mean, bishop f5. So, is a normal move. Knight f6 here. Why not? You know, it's weird how few games this has been played, and black lost them both, but why should black lose? Why isn't this just a good move for black? I don't even understand. Black lost because white was like Guy West, who's a decent player, but I mean, dude, we don't have much here. I think I played correctly. Guy West played knight f3, but why not knight e2? Not blocking, you know, the plans seem to be correct. Alright, Alfred S. Do you have 100 games played? Alright, let's play. The guy's trying to sneak in the rated challenges. Gotta be careful not to click the green button. I'm not in good form. Alright. Alfred's up. I'm just a fake. I am. So, Alfred C. Banda. d4 knight f6. We didn't get much d4 with black today. That's kind of cool. We didn't have a lot of games. Seems like we've been white more than black. h3. That's an interesting move. An interesting move. So, how can we play aggressively against? He wants to play like a London system with bishop f4. We exploit this. Probably nothing great you can do. You know, g6 is like bishop f4 stuff. c5. No special move really. It's an interesting move. You can't really punish h3. When you're black, what can you do? You know, I could try c5, but this is like the most aggressive move I can play. It's 1666. I think it's... Who was 1666? Troll on a roll. Move 11. Yeah, b5. Doubt that's the punishment. I thought about it for a brief moment. But white played knight f3. This is a bad move. He has to play either, you know, e3 or d5 in this position, I think, objectively. Mumbling to myself. I'm just trading away his center now, so black should be good to go. This is a really, you know, big accomplishment. I mean, I just destroyed his pawn center. So black at least has equality now. That's the minimum. I get d5. Yo, e5 may be good here, because he's slow with the h3. It's not like he made a neutral move. He made a bad move in this open position. h3 may even become a bad move. I think it's borderline, though, because he is white. You know, so he can afford to kind of waste a little bit of time. But e5 is the most dynamic move. I haven't seen Troll in a roll. Yeah, we had a falling out because he was rude to me, and he hasn't been back since. As far as I know, you know. Alright, knight b3, that's nice and passive. I think knight f3 is more combative there. But it also, you know, allows me to play e4 with tempo, so you can't really blame him. The Ponda is down with a5, a4, which is extreme. Probably a bit too extreme. Then again, what should one do here? I don't know. He's basically playing a white version of the Marshall defense. This is the best move possible for white in this position. Bishop g5, by far the most dynamic option he has. Putting pressure indirectly on my d5 pawn. The year of the Grand Fire of the Great Fire of London. That's interesting. The year of the devil. Bishop e6. Just supporting d5. Alright guys, we're streaming for another hour, so it's good to go. The next stream will be Sunday, guys. Every Sunday I play a simul here on lichess. Show up if you'd like to play a long game. It's like 3 hours plus. Last time was insanely long. We had a game that was the better part of 4 hours. Pin City. Not if you're a resident. Alright. So h3, not such a bad move. A little slow. No, it's like a Chigorin with colors reversed. If he plays knight c3, let's say. That's the Chigorin move. When am I going back to Hungary? It looks like August 28th. I'll probably be back in Hungary around August 29th. I think we'll aim for my first stream back around the 1st of September. But I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between the US and Hungary in the coming year, I think. Pretty frequently. So I'm not going to stay exclusively, you know, in Hungary for the whole winter, like I have in the past. These 1600s are very plentiful today. That seems like the average rating on lichess. And a lot of them are very tough. Where did that come from? Arsenal fan. So my stream might you know, be on and off from different locations. Well, Tushar, it costs as much as, or as little as I can make it. We have to search for good flights. I mean, I think you can find flights for $500. Transatlantic, if you're careful. Knight c3. Yeah, he's played really well post-opening. It gives black an issue, but it's still not that fatal. Again, now we transpose to a Chigorin type of thing. His play has been almost perfect since that h3 move. I wouldn't criticize him for any other move he's played. Like, he's made all good moves in one, like, slow move. Nefnob, what's up? Well, no, I mean, in a Slav sense, yeah, I could see this is almost like freer development. That's giving up the center gives you free development. You see that in many openings, like the Alekine's defense. It's hypermodernism is what it is, Arsenal fan. You know, and it's a question of whether my center is overextended or is it strong. The question is, and the answer is, Korkota challenged me to 5+3. I don't know if I have time to get through that many challenges, but I'll try. He challenged me to 3+2. Ray T Gambit is playing what? 3 days. I don't play that. Homie, don't play that. Uh-oh. Okay, this is a weird move. Redeploying. It looks time consuming. So that's a slightly suspicious decision. But I could see, you know, he could have some justification, like coming back to f3. Not so bad, really. Gives me time, maybe to develop a little bit more. I think f4 is very interesting for white. My last move was very hesitant, queen c7. I'm kind of trying to put him in time pressure. But f4 is dangerous. Someone said d4 looks crushing. I don't see why. I mean, why is d4 so crushing? Like, he just takes it. I think it's crushing for my pawn structure. Maybe a little more force now with the lineup on the c-file. I don't play three-day correspondence. If I'm gonna do any kind of like correspondence games here on lichess, I would make it like a little longer, because I mean, if I don't log in for a couple days, I'm gonna get forfeited. I don't want that to happen, so at least like 5 days would be the minimum. Okay, now d4 Arsenal brought my attention to that, but I mean, it's a little better now, but I still not sold on it. I mean, it just shatters my structure. Of course, I could take with the knight, but that would simply simplify and trade off stuff. So I like my pawn duo, you know, where it is. Arsenal, you know, the threat is stronger than the execution. That's what I'm constantly trying to preach. But also we've also got him in time pressure. Alfred said his connection is iffy. Mine was a little iffy today too. So I'll do 5-day correspondence. I prefer probably 7, but it's cool. 5 and 7. 7 is the best. Yeah, you don't want to give up the center. You know, now he's totally starting to play some bad moves. Excuse me. So this position looks like I'm going to open it up. And my bishops are so strong now. Just ridiculous strong. White is like lost. It's a pretty position for bishops. Although, yeah, we're kind of rolling here. Rawhide. No, queen f4 just wins by force, I think. So it's over. Just go here. He just kind of ignored the file and the whole position opening up. Opening was okay for him. I'm a little bit quicker now than I was in the beginning of the stream tactically. I wish I could play that game with Tushar over again. Although that was more positional. It wasn't that open. Well played. One game I lost today was deserved. Alright, so Pichu's up next. We got white. I don't know what to play. I've had so many e4 games against Pichu. I think I played mostly d4. So the voice is not there yet. I get used to talking, and we've been off for like 3 days. So I think I lost my speaking voice. Pichu plays the Roy Lopez apparently. I don't know. I might have played e4 against him once, but I don't remember now. Maybe in the first time when we played, I think I played e4 against him. But normally when I'm not sure what my opponents play, I stay away from e4 because it's not really my main opening. I don't play e4 that often. It requires more knowledge than I mean, I feel like e4 requires the most knowledge. He says watch out for Arsenal. Arsenal says watch out for the Marshall attack. Too late for that. I allowed it, but I didn't have to face it. So he's going for main line. Need coffee. I need coffee. I had 2 already and it wasn't enough. Caramel. No. Smooth throat. Yeah. I hardly talked in the last 3 days. I don't know why I'm gruffy. So here we are, beginning position for like standard Spanish game. The Chigorin. I don't know the theory well enough. It's surprising how popular this variation became. You know, when I was playing chess so much in the 90s. Nobody played the Chigorin variation with black. Like, nobody. And it was like, oh, that's old-fashioned. Nobody does that, you know? And now it's like come back totally. So, you can never tell. You know, d5 is a move here. But it's not the main line. Yeah, I know no amount of coffee is not enough. I didn't sleep well last night. I need like 3 coffees. It's really humid where I'm at, and you know, it's hard to sleep with the humidity. You first started with Chigorin as black. You thought a4 was main line there? No. No, a4 is way too early. I mean, I haven't even moved my knight yet. Now we can play. We can start. You can start thinking about a4, but I don't feel like in Chigorin I played that many games with this sort of early a4. Now the d5 probably starts to become a little more justified somehow. Is this Holmov regrouping? Knight b7, knight c5, that's all. Kind of standard stuff. I think I'm supposed to play knight f1 now. This is Sladgie Emil, my friend. Had a game in Zalakaros a couple of years ago against a kid who became a strong player. This Austrian guy who's like a very, very strong IM, maybe a GM now. He's got like a Bulgarian name, but he's Austrian. Emil had a fantastic position against him, and then drew. But we were analyzing this exact position, I think. It's kind of main line. Bishop d3 or knight e3. But I guess bishop d3. But that was 2 years ago when I analyzed this position. I mean, I have no recollection now of what I looked at with my friend 2 years ago. This is standard theory to a world-class grandmaster who's a specialist in Leroy Lopez or something. Knows 10 times what I know. If you play this with black, you have to know a lot. József Pinter, the Hungarian grandmaster. Almasi Zoltan. A lot of these people that I know are like big Spanish experts with black. But, man, that's hard, you know. So much to learn. Harder to learn with black than with white. I would assume, okay, h6, I don't know about. You know, maybe it's a good move. It looks kind of slow. But on the other hand, like, nothing wrong with it. Knight e3 now. I'm not even sure what my plan is. I mean, b3. Queen c3, that's a very disruptive type of move. So speaking of keeping the tension. Right. So knight e3 maybe. Knight g3. Knight g3 is not very central. I think that rook e2 might even be a move. Be a. Can be a. I have no clue. He basically took away g5, which is pretty annoying. That was a move for me in a lot of variations. So c3, queen c3, b3, queen c3, rook b1 actually is okay for me. So maybe this is a good move. No, I'm kind of starting to like my position now. Knight h5. I'm putting pressure on e5. Gotta watch that, but that's always vulnerable to tactics both ways. Knight takes e5 and takes there. Probably just wins. Wins a pawn. I'm a little slow. Morales, what's up? Knight e3 good, right? Well, I just wanted to kind of overprotect my d-pawn and avoid any sort of incursions here. These bishops control a lot of squares in unison. He's supposed to play like knight c6 at some point. Probably like now. Knight c6 looks good. I don't know what else there is for black other than knight c6. Okay, like some weird move like queen b7. You know, you're just losing this pawn. Really not a lot of choices. I mean, you got to protect that e5, and you don't want to give the center up. You could play c takes d. That doesn't seem right. This seems slightly better for white, and pretty standard looking. I have very little experience in long games from this type. I don't think I ever had a Chigorin Queen's Gambit in my life, because in my whole entire career, the few times I played the white side of the Spanish, it was totally not a popular line. Maybe against some weak player that I forgot I played, I had a Chigorin probably, you know, somewhere, but it wasn't an important game if I ever faced it. I faced other stuff. So he gives up the center. Alright. It's a concession, but it's not that bad for black. Probably what I want to do now is just think. Knight takes d4. What else? I mean, I'm not going to take the bishop and give him a tempo. I'll be giving him a tempo with knight c6 there. So you have to take with the knight or not take. Queen b6. Okay, queen b6 is the neutral move. Knight e3. I feel like I'm hanging a pawn or somewhere. I have to be careful. Black's playing pretty well. Yeah, this looks like a good move. But I have knight f5 now. I don't really want to trade stuff, and we've got some threats. I think black's solid, though. I feel like I ran out of steam here. Huh. Not real convincing. This is a good move. I mean, was my last move a mistake? It makes you think, hey, was that a mistake? Man, what is going on here? This seems kind of weird to play bishop f1. I admit. I think I miscalculated something. It gets complicated. Knight takes g7. What's going on? Crunch. My original plan was bishop takes e5, but then I realized he has this in-between move. You know, bishop takes f5, and I'm not winning a piece. So, it's just a big trade. But black's probably hanging on. f5 looks particularly weak. But on the other hand, he has a strong knight on e4. So, not that sure. I'm much better here. He drops a piece with queen check. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Queen check. Queen g6. Knight f5 check. King f6, and it's like a joke. Play with his king on f6 there. Queen takes e4. Queen takes f5. It's like ridiculous. So what do I gotta do? Knight f5 check immediately. Knight f5 check immediately and just get my queen trapped or something absurd. Okay, this is ridiculous. My queen is going to get trapped there on d7 by rook d8. You see that? I mean, is that sane? Is that insane or what? Now hold on a second here. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Gotta have something here. I can't believe this. I mean, this has gotta be something. This is crazy. He just dropped a piece. What are you doing, man? This is the whole point. You have queen g6. It defends everything. Oh my god. He just dropped a piece. Wow, that was a total gift. What is going on there? I'm totally not even winning. It's like optical illusion, and you're completely fine. White has some tiny advantage. That's instructive. So it's all theory up through bishop d3. Michael Adams against Humpy. You're supposed to play knight c6 apparently. h6 is a TN according to the lichess Opening Explorer, but that doesn't really mean anything. Alright. Master of Minds. He's underrated at 1500. No, the point of not playing queen g4 is that it doesn't win anything. That's all. No problem other than that. You know, I knew that it wasn't enough, but what was enough? You know, that's the question. So it was just slightly better for white in the final position if he doesn't drop the knight. You know, everything works there. King f6. He just didn't have an open mind about putting his king on f6. He probably saw queen g6, you know, and was like, no, I'm screwed, you know. Okay, what is this? This is interesting. So this like sort of Mexican defense. It's a bad Chigorin. We could have the Erdos variation with e5. My rapid game against Victor. d4, e5, d5, knight e7, bishop g5, knight g8, h4. Pondo would love that. Is that the right position? He didn't play it. Oh no.
No!
You didn't play e5 after all that talk and chatter. I can't believe it. Master of Minds. I lost in rapid with that. He didn't see queen g6. Okay. It wasn't clear at all. Queen g6, knight f5, check king f6 is the whole point. Too Shark. Too Shark is only good with intuition. He can't actually calculate. He's just the luckiest chess player in the world. Just kidding. I'm a bitter loser. So what's this? This is like a bad position for black because of what? a3? a3 is ridiculously slow. Try to bust him with d5 is possible, but it's also not convincing. So e4, I suppose, you know, we got to play e4. Yeah, exactly, Antonio, and it's unclear. Like king f6, there's nothing I can do to him. Soltigo, what's up? You're supposed to send me some bits and then I'll talk to you. Wow, knight e4. Right, alright. For some reason, I underestimated this move. You got the standard. Oh, his bishop's defended. That's bad. That's bad. I may have miscalculated. Oh my god, this bishop's never protected in this type of position. Maybe I just hung my whole game. I can play a3. It's not that fatal, but it's pretty dubious. It's very dubious for white. The Master of Minds is like a genius, coming up with like a total novel way of playing this. And he got me to play queen g4, and it probably doesn't even work. Like knight takes c3. What do? Do I sack a rook? No, I don't think so. I have to play like a3, bishop a5, that's the problem. And then b4. And I'm sacrificing several pawns for nothing. That's great. That's really good. Soltico, streamer. Good to be back. The Panda only likes h4. He wanted to play h4. Didn't get a chance today, really. What's up, guys? Soltico's streaming too. Not right now, I mean, but started to be. Okay, so there's also queen takes g7. And, you know, I'm thinking a3 first, and then we'll think about our options, okay? But I have serious doubts in my mind. Can we play bishop a5, queen takes g7? Yeah, and probably we should. Because I have bishop g5. Ooh, that could happen. It could be good. Some kind of bishop g5. No, he'll always have a discovery in those instances. This is complicated. I'm not going to even try to calculate. We'll just wait and see what he does. Silence. I feel like my brain is going to explode. So a3. Queen d3 was holding it all right. Oh yeah, man. I mean, you could definitely play that. Queen d3. Yeah, it holds everything, but it's an awkward square for the queen, but a decent line. So bishop a5 now. I was thinking here to play queen takes g7. This juncture. And then it will answer any knight discoveries with b4, presumably. It's pretty crazy, though. This guy's 1,500. This is a new account? No, he's got 200 games. That's a lot. Okay, so now what? B takes C. See, this starts to get interesting. B takes C just loses too much material. So I almost have to play B4 now. And I'm probably like losing. I thought he could also play knight takes D4 there. Just your everyday 1,500. So what's the material balance at the end? I've sacked a pawn. But I have a pretty strong initiative for the pawn, so a5. Not bad. Ponda. Ponda likes this h-pawn. We like our rook pawns around here. Knight e2. Does that work? He didn't really calculate. He must have seen further. Masterminds did an automatic recapture. It's actually an automatic capture. I mean, the problem with the whole thing about that is mate in one, but the whole problem with the bishop h6 idea is that his bishop is protecting his rook on f8. You know, that doesn't really work. So Tushark thinks this is good for white at the end of the day. I'm sure e4 is a good move. This is an actual line. Wow, there's like 10 games. And e5 may not be white's best move. Sofer against Stochek from 2012. Two real grandmasters. So 94. Queen g4 is interesting. It likes Tushar's moves, like defending everything. This is much more fun. So we followed this game from 2007 with a3. This is the best move. Apparently it's sound. I did forget he could go back to f8, but I guess that's not a big deal. Here black played knight takes d4. The engine says queen e7 is the secret move. But who knows, you know? It's not that clear. White still has an advantage there. If you go over the horizon. This is really, it's fascinating. But let's play another game. So Antonio, bishop h6, oh, when the bishop was at a5, okay. Yeah, why did I think... I don't know why I thought... Well, he always has queen e7, Antonio, right? I mean, does it clearly win? He has queen e7. That's the question. Nefedov. No playing for the Ponda, okay? Playing for Ponda. I'm going to play the French defense. Now you're going to do h4, like on move 3. This is a weird opening. A pseudo-French defense. Yabatis, our subscriber, is playing... maybe the Extracon tournament is still going on in Denmark. I'm not sure. Neil Skinner's not here either. He knows about that. The Ponda variation is when you go like e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, h4. Nefedov played that against me like twice. Now we did this against him once before. I like to take him out of book because he's a guy who sticks to what he plays. He always plays the same stuff, and he's comfortable when he plays the positions he knows, but he's not so comfortable in alien spots. Nefedov should play like Chess 960. We'd like to see the previous game on Substream. That's on next Thursday. So knight f3, best move, no doubt. Alright, here we go. What does Nefedov play against the French? I never actually play the French. I should try it. It's like the only opening I never play against him. I've tried everything else, literally. This is just a kind of dubious line. But now it's like a Nimzovich rather than a French, per se. Shirazi Kamran. Bishop d7. Alright. Bishop e5, bishop d7. White's got to be better here. Right? This is... I'm not joking. I think this is a Shirazi game. As said, what? You check with the analysis the previous game? It was always better for white. I don't like playing the French. I have toyed around with the idea of doing it. So white's made some concession here, essentially. What do we do, though? Queen e7, queen f7. That's weird. What would Botvinnik do? Botvinnik. h5. I mean, that's definitely risky here. Nefedov will be all over me with knight h4 or something. Such a key situation. Queen e7, queen f7, and then castles queenside. This is kind of weird, but everything I'm going to play here is going to be weird. I mean, any move I make is going to be weird. Knight e7, queen e7, king f7, h5. I don't really have an opinion. That Yurosov gambit is like fully sound. I mean, that's like playing the Mora gambit or something. I mean, it's like white has complete compensation. It's hard to even call it a gambit. I mean, Soltigo had that analyzed with engines and stuff. The Yurosov, the so-called Yurosov gambit. So Nefedov here, creepy crawly with the c3. He's got a lot of weaknesses on the white squares, and he's using up his time. But as you can see, it's hard for me to really... I mean, bishop e5, what am I going to do? So, okay, well, I'm not going to castle queenside. We're not castling queenside, don't worry. But I knew Deed. Man, I'm seriously not normal. I'm a nudie. So a5, what do you do after that? Am I like opening up the queenside? This is crazy. This is crazy what I just played. This move has got to be bad. It's an atrocity. I couldn't resist liberating my rook. But strategically, I'm playing on this queenside. I don't know which side I'm playing on. Alright. You know what? Maybe a4, kind of locking it up. Grabbing space. You can close the whole position. Nefedov would like that and draw. I don't know. I'm questioning every move I make, literally. Every move I make. I'm gonna sing like 80s songs and stuff. Oh my god, c4 is coming. We've got to go ballistic. Is c4 really coming? Crazy. Dude, this is just too weird. Another horrible move by me. That's just gross. I played that move. I would never do that in a serious game, like in a long game. But it's blitz, so whatever. Bob, you're here early. Okay, right. Well, whatever. We'll just put the king on d7 or something. Put it in forking range. Being creative in this game. Make Nefedov uncomfortable with strange moves. King d7, definitely questionable. George Meyer would like this. He likes the French. He likes ugly looking, but surprisingly strong, durable positions. F takes e and c5 is a potential plan. I'm never doing f takes e if a knight can take on e5. Yeah, he's on my pawn. Now what? All my stuff is still protected. I had the pawn on c6. We both have pawns. His pawn's a little more lively than my pawn. We'll just make him lose on time. That's about the only thing I can do here. Possibly this knight route, you know, here and here looks kind of cool. White is probably better in all lines. But ultimately my king is not normal. It's okay. Are you playing like Soltigo? Oh, tribute to the moderator of the channel. I thought you were asking, like, are you playing Soltigo? Yes. But he doesn't really like to move his king. I mean, he'll kind of like to castle super late and stuff like that. Though in that position, you don't have a lot of choices. I don't know what I'm thinking here. H6. That's subtle. Obviously, I'm going to play G5 next move. We'll just beat Nefedov with the clock. The lockdown. The Loch Ness Monster. Now his bishop is kind of gross, too. It's not clear whose is worse. Look at this guy coming out here. Oh my god. Queen E8. Excuse me. Bishop E8 and Bishop H5. That one on C1 isn't helped much by that. That's looking good for black now. He must have a sneaky plan with Bishop C1. Beware when they play Bishop C1. Who are we saving it for? Black might be better now. Because I have like liveliness on the king side. He has nothing. He literally has like no plan at all. I mean, I could play knight b6. H5. He's going to sack something with c4 out of sheer desperation. Thing is, I can't play knight b6 without dropping the pawn on b5. That's the problem. So where is he going? How can I make progress without kind of wasting time here? Alright. Obviously f4. Then we open the H file. Easy does it. I like black. Man. Oh no. There's a bit of counterplay there? I mean, this has got to be good for me. Knight g5. Can you support your knight if you play knight g5? He lost on time. So this is getting really kind of bad for white, I think. Negative 2.3. Weird game. You know, you don't want to play too many games like that in the course of a day, I think. Chess pots are whales. What's up? So guys, I got time for 2 more games, it looks to me. I was like, what is that rated challenge? Alright, that's too sharp. Pug Mug, 1100 question mark. You better have 100 games, man. I'm gonna have to cancel the challenge. Alright. I didn't check. I don't like playing brand new accounts. So we confuse Nefedov with closedness. Normally I don't like playing super closed positions. Okay, we'll see if Pugmug is here. If he's not here, we'll go on to the next challenge. Dark Light. 1100. He's got 800 games. The Mole Man from Philippines. 5 plus 3. 2200. What? He's 2200 in Blitz, but he's like 1900 in Bullet. Okay, that can happen. I don't know. It looks like Pugmug is not with us, guys. So we're gonna abort this game. He went off somewhere. So Dark Light is up next. What's up? How's the trip? What trip? Who are you talking to? So Dark Light. Alright. Let's play D4. I got time for 2 last games. He likes the modern. I'll pretend I'm like black here. We had yeah, we're just pretending we're black. 1100. But it's easy to play Fianchetto defenses, right? Standard. D5 is a good principled move, by the way. Smyslov style. This is kind of weird. E6, I would say. We could turn it into like a stonewall attack. Giving me a little time. H4, H5. Those ratings are quite similar to Aniket. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. He's also from India. It's Aniket's secret account. But he seems underrated in Blitz. But I say that about everybody I know. I guess I don't play enough Blitz here lately. So Dark Light. Of course, Arsenal, if you're dropping 150 points, it depends on what time control you're playing. The faster the time control, the more variance you're going to have. And also how many pints is obviously relevant. After the 4th pint, your game starts to decline. Good stonewall attack here for white. Z-Fox says has study of 3 Lila games she won against strong engines. If anyone wants, yeah, I did a Lila video on my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube, last week. You guys can check it out. They asked me to take a look at a game that Lila lost. I thought, you know, it was pretty instructive actually. But the computers it's playing in the World Computer Championship are running on like insane machines and stuff. Lichess guys are super strong. You don't play enough rated. Alright, black. Bishop e7, knight takes e5. So, this is actually not a bad move, 98. I would prefer black never to play h5. He or she should not do that, of course. The pawn doesn't get a chance to play h4. I seem to be playing experimental moves yet. At the end, everything makes sense. The last game was experimental, extremely experimental, Antonio. I mean, I like to kind of mess with Nefedov because he's so good at what he knows that I have to find something new every game. Kind of try to throw him off. He's like a different player. It's like night and day when he really knows the system or not. This is an interesting position. I guess taking with the f-pawn is kind of a no-brainer. But at the same time, black might be able to play f5, as crazy as that seems. Maybe not, though. I mean, g3 is protected, and g6 might just fall. So maybe at f5 I can simply take it and actually just grab the pawn on g6. No, he could play bishop takes f6, and that's going to cause me problems with my g3 square. So it's counterintuitive, but f6 or f5 might actually be playable here. I mean, particularly f5. Just another day in paradise. Bloody lucky tactic to have knight takes e5 there. Yeah. Black is likely to get mated down the h-file now. I mean, you're just never not getting mated here, right? You're just sandwiched. It's slow but sure, you know, it's the slow but sure death. Let's just take the h-file and stick a knight on f6, right? And it's over. You don't have to be Petrosian, you know, to see like this King's Indian attack. Okay, he just went berserk, but this is hopeless. It's much worse than it was. And now you've got no compensation because g3 is protected. And the other variation you could have played bishop takes s6, you have a perpetual check, but now black simply lost all of his pieces. There's nothing there. So I got time for at least one more game. But Darklight's move e6 in the opening was a bit weird. After e3, they should play c5 or b6. There's no need to really spend a move on e6. In fact, you're like pinning yourself. So, Two Shark says, what? Rapid rating is bogus on lichess. No one strong really plays rapid. Thanks. That's a really nice compliment. I'm like ranked number 20. I think it was refreshing to see an 1100 play like an 1100. Yeah. I agree. Well, he made a mistake. He made a couple. That's always refreshing. Subtlety is my specialty. My name is Soltigo. You stayed up a bit too late. We missed you in the early going. What's the main thing a 1600 rated player needs to learn? Well, you know, everybody's different. I mean, some of these 1600 rated players on lichess are pretty good, as we can see, and there's a wide variety of strengths. But no, I think being patient is really important. This is going to take forever to like finish him off now. Playing for mate. There was no mate immediately. Well, he resigned. Alright. So, Mole is up next. Mole was trying to get me to play. He's trying to play the rated game, right? World Loser's here, a former moderator. He hasn't been around for a while. Well, we haven't been around at the same time he's been around. The Mole Man. Mole Man is probably going to be like last game, unless it's like super short. Maybe I can squeeze one more game in. But that's actually the max. I'm sorry to have to cut you guys off. Tushar is challenging me to rated correspondence chess. But it's good to see some people we haven't seen in a while. World Loser, Tushar. Not Tushar, I'm sorry. Juicebox. I just read the first name I saw out there. This is exactly how I lost to Tushar. Like a reversed version of that. Okay, he didn't have the pawn on b5 though. That's different. It's more justified for me now. This pawn is gonna at least cost him a tempo down the line. He's gonna have to waste a move on this, defending that pawn at some point. You know, this system isn't all that great for black. I like b3 a little better for white than b4. It's a bit more durable, I guess. So what am I doing here? I made this mistake in another game a long time ago. Like basically the exact same position. But it looks like c takes d5 was good there for white. Mole is not calculating. He has like queen e2 check, which really messes with my position. Here I can take on c4, but it's not necessary. This is just very solid for black. It's true though, most of the stronger players play bullet, of course. But it's just an addiction with no value, you know? Don't deceive yourself into thinking that, like, you know, I don't know, Hikaru Nakamura is a great player because he played a lot of bullet, you know. It's like the chicken and the egg. Hikaru Nakamura, or whoever you want to use as an example, is like a strong player because they've played a lot of chess, period. It's not... And more about the longer chess, probably, but mainly blitz. The bullet... I mean, it helps, but his real chess was developed by over-the-board games. Castles. Black's very solid. Bullet is not chess, it's entertainment. You know, it's a different thing. It's okay, it's cool, and I appreciate it, but I don't do it because it's not what I want to do. It's just about entertainment and having fun, you know, it's cool. But it's not chess in a pure sense. You can liken it to masturbation if you want to be like profanic. Remember Michael Valvo was the first person I ever saw do that. He was like in his notes, made this reference. It's a pretty obvious reference. Penguin told me he plays bullet because he plays a lot. He plays good bullet because he plays a lot of over-the-board classical. Well, I don't know exactly, but it's not going to hurt you to play over-the-board classical. It's not going to hurt your game under any circumstances. So I guess I'm winning a pawn. It's kind of minimalist. Ooh, this actually looks worse than that. Maybe he should just bite the bullet and play g3. He has to, right? g3 is not that bad. Maybe g3 is even a good move. Can I even take that pawn? I guess I can, and then go back. Okay, well, it's still the best move. So here he's just done, right? Knight takes check. Is it so easy? Well, it looks like mate. It's pretty close to mate. Knight takes f2. I'm doing this imitation of this famous chess organizer. Alright, queen h4 check, followed by bishop c4 d4 is a fatality. I would think. Knight h3 check. No. Does he have another saving grace here? No. Because now knight g4 check is really mate. He's going to have to sack something. Queen e3. Recommended by the engine as #1 move. Alright guys, we have time for another game. Krishna's up. Is this the guy who's 2200? Yeah. Tushar's secret account. He has only bullet. He's got 22 blitz. Classical a little bit. Rapid a couple. But it's apparently like master strength of Tushar's variety. Famous chess organizer. Well, like the main chess organizer in the United States is this. Is Continental Chess, which makes all the major tournaments like the World Open, and the creator of that is a guy named Bill Goichberg, who has been an organizer since like the 60s, or at least the 70s. Anyway, I'm exaggerating probably. I wasn't around in the 60s, so I don't know. But he has a very, very strange voice, and he yells really loud in a funny way. Okay, so this is like surprising move to see. Like normally you're expecting a hedgehog here, but he plays d5, more like it's a Queen's Indian transposition. Please play another game. I promise to let you win fast. Well, I don't know. Only for you. D takes C, giving up the center. No, I mean this is a Queen's Indian. It could also be reached by like Catalan move orders, and it's just a kind of standard position, I guess. You have the feeling, okay, White's better or whatever, but is he? Is it that big a deal? White doesn't seem to have much at the end of the day. You play all the natural moves and then you're kind of like, okay, where's my advantage? There are 100,000 million people, and many play good chess. I remember I have a game she played in the Benoni with f5. What are you talking about? She? Oh, Leela. Okay. No, I haven't had time to play over Leela games. I don't know. I just know like a couple that were sent to me by the bloggers for Leela, but outside of that, I haven't seen any recent things or any master games of any sort, human or otherwise. Magnus Carlsen. I saw like the first couple rounds of Beal, and that was it. Beal. Okay, so Krishna M. Krishna Ma. And this is about the point where you start scratching your head and you're like, okay, I don't have an advantage. Knight e5, knight takes d4, e3. No, that's not going to work. So what do you do at this point? You get to this point, you're like, okay, now, wait a minute, I can't find a sensible move here. You seem to run out of sensible moves. I mean, e3 is possible. It kind of looks ugly, but it also kind of makes sense. It just supports d4. Played this pretty quickly with c4, but I don't know, c4, bishop a3. I mean, I've got to break with b3. I have to. But it's probably failing to bishop a3. Okay. Bishop a3 is just good for black. You know, you hope your opponent's not a computer. It's like 1900 bullet. Okay, it's a competent player. But then, you know, it's a new account, so it could be anything. As I said, I like to play people who have 100 games. He has 100 games, but only bullet. You know, you could play those in one day. So I should really specify in the future 100 games other than bullet. And this guy wouldn't qualify. Because bullet doesn't really count anyway. You'd have no way of knowing if this was a human or computer. There's not enough games. But I assume he's human. Bishop a3. I mean, that's just a problem for white, isn't it? Maybe I have a move. Like bishop a3, rook c2. And then if knight b4, rook d2. Maybe I'm okay. So play knight b4. It might be stronger than the other move, I don't know. Alright. I can't let black into d3. So guys, Yule Skinner wants to play one more game, but I have to go. I've got something I gotta prepare. So we are out of here, guys. This game, not a joke, it's a master level player. Yule Skinner, I will catch you next time. I'm sorry, Morales. Yule Skinner and Morales both living in Spain, and they both start with M. And the names are both about the same length, so it gets like Arsenal fan and Acerbate. It looks like black's making some kind of mistake. Arguably. Maybe sacking an exchange or something for black here is cool. I think he's got it. I mean, it's probably not that bad. Bishop takes, knight takes, d takes, bishop takes a8, queen takes a8 with some compensation. Well, I'll accept your correspondence game, but I mean, it would leave me out. It would probably take me out of the screen if I clicked on it while we're doing the stream. So we save that for post-stream. Sorry, Antonio, but I've got another lesson in like half an hour. I got to kind of prepare for the guy. I like to prepare for my private lessons like a little bit in advance. So rook c8. Now I could sack the exchange for what it's worth. But maybe a3 is just a good move. Because that's all about the center, right? He's definitely human. With the high rating, I mean, 2249 is serious. But it is only based on 22 games. I will always accept, you know, pretty much most correspondence challenges of 5 or 7 days. Bishop takes c4, so he's second piece for several pawns. How many does he get here? Like 3? But I have knight takes d5 at the end of the day, and that's going to be pretty disruptive. Or I don't, or I do. I do. Yeah, that's kind of killing. So we're up a bishop. I mean, this is lost for black. That'll close it down for today, guys. I'm going to do a simul on Sunday. It's going to be 4:30 EDT here on lichess.org. And I'm going to be playing 25 people. 40-40 time control. This is really bad for him. But still, 2 connected pass pawns, you know. You don't have to resign. There's still some hope in a practical game. Chicharina, you're welcome. Thank you for the donation. So I thought I had a move here, but apparently not. Ponda. He likes the h4. h4. Ponda just loving the rook pawn move. This pawn just became weak, though. And I really wanted the trade queens anyway. So this is going to end it. It's going to pick off b5. We're just waiting for him to do that. So we lost to Tushar. And there's some other interesting games today. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Simul on Sunday at 4:30 EDT. Thanks everybody for watching and subscribing again. Thanks Soltigo, albeit late. Thank you for being our moderator here in the stream and for all you do for the Discord channel. Check out the Discord channel. And Discord's not working. Maybe I mistyped it. Discord. It's not working. Does the Discord work? Yeah, there it is. So I typed it wrong, but it's exclam Discord. I'm a little dyslexic today. Sorry guys. So we will be back Sunday with this simul stream. Thanks everybody for watching. Juicebox Wizard, good to see you back. World Loser as well. Nice to see some people we haven't seen in a while here. So it's like a family. Anyway guys, again, Sunday 4:30 EDT. If you want to play a long game, like 3.5 hours max, I play 25 players at 40-40 time control simul on lichess, 4:30 EDT on Sunday. Thanks everybody. Thanks to Shark for being a part of the stream. Congratulations, nice win today, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hello.